Hello, everybody. Let's go. Hi, everybody. I'm Tiana Kidd, and we are glad that you are here with us today.
Yes, another beautiful day. I'm Jessica Richardson. Glad you guys are here for another day of knowledge.
Yep, let's go. No, like we bought something. We didn't buy nothing today. I, I almost pulled the trigger again on something, but everybody been talking about me, so I have been relaxing some. They go ahead, Jessica.
Some, just some. Yeah, sometimes you just need to sideline and look at some stuff and let let things do what it's gonna do. But it's no rush for her. She can just sit down.
No, I might pull. We'll see. We'll see what else is out there right now. And actually, I think sometimes when the market, when we both look at the market, sometimes it's like, well, the market's down, in crypto, but it doesn't mean that NFTs necessarily are all the way are down. There's some opportunities out there, as far as buying certain things. You can definitely still find some deals, and I think sometimes we talk about it too. A lot of people, even like I said, with the markets down, I'm not telling anybody. We are not your financial advisors. This is just for informational purposes what we're talking about. But I think many times people kind of like take off and be like, well, I'm not gonna buy no NFTs right now because the market's down. But we sometimes we can find some very good deals, especially when you're finding some of the good projects, of getting into some items. I mean, what's your thoughts on that part?
Oh, definitely, especially since like you said, the market comes down, ETH price is down, so you can pick up some stuff in the down market. So it's really a good time if you have been looking at some projects to also go ahead and check, maybe make a move on those, depending how far the market is down. You can take some positions at that time, just like you would do with coins. NFTs are just the same.
I was sharing with some people earlier. I was like, I look at the NFTs too. As far as how sometimes it's like sometimes you get some, then you're like, okay, these are gonna be like a quick. If you're gonna get in, this is probably like one of those quick like a day trade or a flip moment. But then there's some you'd be like, bad boy, we're gonna ride you out for a couple months or a year or two. You get that right trade, you'd be like, yeah, how much I need to take off of that one.
That's right. Just take profit, but stay in.
Yep. Would stay in.
Mm.
But let me get started with sharing this screen. I know y'all be laughing like, but they crazy. Yeah, but we have fun. So we're excited for what we do. Okay. I ain't gonna even be upset, but I'm excited for some people. For the NFL, the one that came out for the NFL, the all day for NFL. Some people got emails as far as being a part of the beta, and I know we did share with you guys about as far as going on and getting signed up for the beta for that. I think it's another good opportunity. I'm waiting for my email. Let me just be real clear. Just I don't think you got an email either, did you?
Yeah, I did not get an email. I was like, that's not right. But but for some people, like you did say, they started sending emails today, giving them access to the beta market. We all know, like even with NBA Top Shots, the beta was really very rewarding, especially. So you'll be able to go in there, get access to some of the first edition of those cards, and those generally are the most valuable. So if you did get an email, or if you're not sure, if you did sign up for beta, make sure to check your spam because those did start going out today. I'm not sure if it's going to continue over the next few days. Haven't seen the announcements about it, but at least check your emails today, and hopefully somebody actually got one of those to start that.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice. Maybe I should go check my spam. Maybe that's my. I need to go check my spam.
Keep the hope alive. That's right.
I know Dapper Lab know who I am.
Yeah. So they better be knowing. They got all the records. They know how many cards and percentiles.
Yeah. Sure. But I know one other thing. I know we're talking about the NFL too, but I know Dr. Seussable's, they had, for make sure if you guys were a part of the beta, I'm still not, but anyway, no hard feelings. But if you if you are part of the beta too on that part, I know Maxie was saying earlier too, I think they did a special airdrop for people who've actually been on doing their beta with them. So be on the lookout for that. I think it's probably going to be in your wallet. I can't really tell you all the details because I don't have it, remember. But for those of you who got it, congrats on getting some of that for Seussable too. So that's also a good there. But again, I think we're talking about this in NFL thing. When we go back, and I'm not trying to drag this one on, but when we go back and look at NBA when we were trying to buy all the packs and stuff there, to get in first, even on the NFL one, is like, man, you better buy some packs. If you got in, buy some packs.
Yeah, because when the NBA came out, nobody was really paying attention or understanding what NFTs were. So there was so much time to go back and purchase. But now everybody knows it was at least a gold rush or a crypto rush of money that has went
Mm-hmm.
into that. And so cards that were $9, some people sold for over $100,000, or legendary packs that were,
Yeah.
$200 back then, or $200,000, 50,000, $10,000 cards. So
Yeah.
a lot of people, like she said, since there's so many more people in it, in the beta, are looking to get into the space, you had a great opportunity if you did get that beta email. So don't let it just pass you by because you don't understand.
Like I said, be like, oh, I got an email. No, you're too late. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, but I know we're talking about Dapper Lab, even as far as the NBA Top Shot. And I said, because and we always are very transparent. We're talking to you guys about some of the projects. NBA Top Shot numbers have gone down, and so if you check your portfolio, you will see that number has gone down on the NBA Top Shot. But for us, again, it's a matter of gone down from what aspect. If you're buying cards that you paid $9 for, okay, I'm sorry, you can't get the other thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for them anymore, but you can only get several thousand. So I think it's how you look at it for when you invested. Now, if you're someone you bought at the peak, what was that, January, February time range? Yeah, you bought high.
Very
But
high.
just say very, very high.
And some people sold up very high, but you definitely bought in very high if you bought in at the peak. You're waiting for another peak. You're waiting for the next big thing on it. And that could be 6 months, a year. Just depends on what they're building out with it.
Yeah. But we are still buying. So when they do have drops, well, I still will go on and buy packs of cards. So just being very transparent, but want to make sure like I said, everything in crypto and NFT doesn't continue just to go up. So we want to share with you guys some things that are still going up, and some things that have kind of leveled, and some things that have kind of dipped. But for us, again, we don't panic and say, well, oh, let's just go sell everything when it's down. That's when all the people who have money are coming to pick up your stuff, because you're starting to panic and get rid of your stuff, and they're like, well, let me buy that. And I think we had that spell even back in, was it May, June time frame, and maybe even a little bit of July. But people who bought during that time, man, they made crazy money. You look at it, I think what the drips and stuff, Jessica, even with just the shoes or any of those items, those things simply went up a couple weeks ago over $50,000-$60,000. So
Yes.
don't be that person to say, I wish I had kept that. Keep stuff.
And you knew about it and it had a chance or the opportunity to do it.
Yep. So, but that's NBA Top Shot. All right, let me go on. I guess this you.
Oh, the Sophia AI robot is going to be tokenized for the metaverse as a parent. And so this is just some more technology stuff that's coming out. Some of these animes are versions of a Sophia, which is a humanoid artificial intelligence robot. There's so many different things now, even with social media. People are having their own experiences, having their own identities, from social media, everyday people, to even now, like, robotic things that have been created. So this is going to be just another. You see, this was based out of Hong Kong. It's going to be another one of those. Well, I shouldn't say another one of those, because there aren't too many that are currently out like this that's showing you how the AI is going to be an NFT. But it will be released coming up December 21st. It's probably some more reading that you do want to do on it, because you probably may not fully understand it by just seeing how an AI is going to be tokenized. But knowing some of the work that's behind the scenes that have already been done, it's another project to look out for, and just another way that you can see how NFTs are being used in different spaces and with different, like I said, this one's an AI technology.
Yeah.
And so it's really no limit to what you can do in the NFT space and to some of the stuff that's going to be coming out.
And I think when we look at technology stuff, you start thinking about it. Some of the stuff, like I said, everything is really new because it's happening so fast. But even as far as trying to invest in some of these things, when we go back to some of the land things or some of the other games and stuff that we invested in early on, it was when things were just starting, and not necessarily just starting, but starting, new to a lot of people. And so when you see new projects, that's where you need to go on and try to do some research on to say, hey, you know what, if there's an opportunity to invest, should you invest? And that's how you can try to find some of the good items that are coming out early on. But you have to also be willing to hold. It's because
Yes.
you feel like, did I buy that? You bought that.
And it was nothing was built yet, nothing, yeah, it's some
Yeah.
holding time there.
Yeah. So no, not all the partners were together, and none of those things. But when it hits, you be like, oh, that was a great move. That was
Mhm.
great. So that's that. Okay, OpenSea. Now, okay, so I know we talked about this the other day a little bit as far as OpenSea getting ready. Everybody thought OpenSea was possibly going to go public, and it's still actually they still have a right to if that's what they decide to do. I'm not saying that they shouldn't if they, but I think the crypto people was like really really mad. Like, hey, what you doing? We need something before you go. We need something. Give us some coins, some tokens, something to recover some of our doggone gas money that y'all folks. But they might not even
Yeah. They sitting over there all that money.
give us some of that money back. Shoot.
Yeah, you walk it back. Well, you can see also like what the power of a community can do. This is an example of that. OpenSea, they are dealing with a certain community, even though new wallets have coming in. But a lot of people that have already been purchasing here years or a year within the last year, not just the volume with this last 6 months. Generally, you get rewarded even for purchasing off different exchanges. Some companies have done that, like Rarible, and other companies like I believe Superari have released tokens to their community or plan on releasing tokens to their community for you spending the time and the money on coming to their platform and doing your business. So this definitely upset a lot of people, but as you can tell with how many people had pushback, they are definitely reconsidering their plans.
They reconsider it. Somebody said, what they say? If instead of it going down 3 times, we might well go on to Coinbase. At least we get. But I'm like, come on, y'all. We don't have to get that mad.
Yeah, that's it.
But OpenSea, like I said, overall, I mean, like I said, and you have to understand, I think when we talk about the new technology, there's a rush of people that are coming in now. So, and I said, whether they're new or not, I mean, it's there's an opportunity. People aren't going to keep saying, well, oh, I see all these, my friends and family telling me that they're making all this money and not doing, well, I shouldn't say not. Majority of them will still sit on the sidelines. So let's be very transparent. So, but there's going to still be some people who will come in and say, hey, you know what? This is a great opportunity for me to come in and get involved with the NFT or involved with crypto, and they're starting to come in. But OpenSea is like, when you look at the money they made, just go look at how much money they made. They're doing all right.
Yeah, they fine.
Yeah, they're fine. But before, if y'all decide to go, if y'all can hear me, can y'all please give us like an airdrop or something before you go, or create something for us who've been with you for a long, long, long period of time. So just thought I should say that. All right, but that's OpenSea. And
Bill Gates says the metaverse will host most of the office meeting within 2 to 3 years. Here's what it looks like. And so we've been speaking about it, how it's going to be changing jobs, how it's going to be changing collaborations, how you're going to be able to collaborate with people from across the country, no longer having to be in the same region. It can go from office space now, which is you can have jobs in any part of the country. If you're working in blockchain, be working with a company in Singapore, China, any part of the country with this opportunity. Office spaces are going to go with this type of technology getting built. No one's going to have to pay overhead to those spaces. You can sit in your own home and be in a scene of an office space, virtually immersed into it, and it would be like you are there and you are working from a standpoint. So this is going to affect every industry. This is right now talking about your jobs, but even if you think about it on education wise, before we're all limited to where we can learn and get our teachings from. Some professors at certain colleges, UCLA, Spelman, wherever they may be, you're only able to access them if you can have classes there. So now I've been able to actually access a lot of these educationers through immersive technology, like you're actually in the class learning directly from them, learning the objects directly right in front of you. It's really mind blowing how many things it's going to change. And so your office space is definitely going to be one of those. For some of you that may still be going to work, driving, and going into your office buildings, you're going to be looking for a big change to that. Some may love it, honestly. Some people have gotten used to it from COVID-19. You get to still spend time with your family, and some may not like it, but it's coming no matter what.
yeah, no matter what. But I think like when you look at it too, COVID changed a lot of things. I think it made a lot of these business people start looking at, does it really make sense for us to keep putting this money out? And a lot of them are like, no. That when they look at the bottom line, like I said, and if you work, it's like I get it. There, you're like, how do we get more money to the other side of the table? Is how they look at it. But a lot of, like I said, what you mentioned earlier, even as far as these office spaces and stuff, I don't think it's things are changing so much to where it's not going to. If you're looking for a commercial property, I am a real estate broker, but I don't think that that's going to be a big go-to thing as much as it used to be. And so there'll be some things that may continue to be open, but for the big companies, I don't think that's going to be that way much longer. Especially when they start saying, "Well, oh, we can save this amount of money, and we can." I mean, it's just
Yeah, we can keep our employees, especially with all the everything that's going on and everybody not knowing what to go. It's just safer for companies to bet on this type of technology,
Mhm.
and it's probably proven that people can definitely work remotely. And so, for whatever choice, it may be very much more beneficial for people's life and work life balance at the same time. So, people always are thinking about what the metaverse may create, but and if you think about how we are right now, we are limited in what we can create in this actual reality. And so the things that we can create in immersive technology, and how you can go to different places and be a part of different backgrounds or different companies just by being immersed in it's going to be changing in every industry. So don't just think of it as, even if you just want to work, think of it also of the jobs that you can now even create with some of this technology that's been created. How you can outsource some of the things that you may have if you're in business and stuff like that. It's going to be an opportunity for a lot of people's companies and business. And I think the one thing they're going to be worried about is trying to find enough people, because there's going to be some high paying jobs in these industries. And once you know a lot of stuff, people will pay you and pay you better for
Yeah,
what you know, specifically even in the NFT industry. So it's a great opportunity.
opportunity. Yep. If you take advantage of it, if you take advantage of it, it's a great opportunity. If
That's
you
right.
don't, you're gonna be like, "Oh Lord, what did they do?" No.
Yes.
So,
And yeah. Oh yeah.
$1 billion. Here's another $1 billion.
Yeah. And so a lot of us have heard of play to earn, right? We know about the games. You go in and play and you earn rewards, you earn tokens, you earn games, assets. This is going to be a new world of where to earn. We've been speaking about Artifact, about the fashion and the stuff they're going to be doing with a lot of their clone X's. And now this is also like with brands. You'll be brands and companies, especially because if you're going to be immersed in some of these places, digital real estate places like Decentraland, Sandbox, CryptoVoxel, or even any other of the exchange virtual reality platforms are out there, then you're going to be also able to be getting paid for that immersive wearable that you're wearing. It is no different. So the play to earn aspect is there, but the wear to earn aspect, people aren't really even thinking about in the fashion. So it's mind blowing how many industries this is going to affect, but it's also mind blowing how many ways you're going to be able to make money in this technology in the metaverse, basically.
Yeah, I mean, just think about if you buy. My brain went to running like that quick. If you buy the right NFTs, and someone needs you to, man, that's crazy. I should. Oh man, that's crazy. I'm just sitting here thinking like,
Well, yeah, because you've been thinking about, because a lot of people don't realize, like right now, what is happening, so they don't even think of the importance of what they should be buying or what it's going to affect. And they may not even think that fashion should be worn like that. But even if you go into the collaborations of how people can now collaborate on projects, and it not be scared that something's going to get stolen, you can send your work over to another artist or another person that's designer, and now you have both are able to sell that exclusive NFT and make the money from it for being a one of one. And so it's so many ways it's going to affect the fashion industry. But the metaverse and how this where to earn is really, really interesting, because once we're all supposed to have our avatars are supposed to be different identities that we are able to have.
thinking about
And
my
so
brain. Go ahead. Avatars.
yeah, so you definitely will be able to dress your avatar just as if you would want to be expressing yourself here, or sometimes you feel limitless and are limited to what you can express in this reality, and it's just going to be another way for you to be express yourself. We all have different
Everybody
ways.
gonna have a job.
Yeah,
Your whole wallet gonna be a like. What time you go to work today? Where you supposed to be at today?
that's
Shoot,
right.
that's gonna be crazy. That is man. Oh my goodness. Remember the avatars that you do have if you have the clone X's and stuff. They read the fine print, but the possibilities are crazy. Uh, this article right here makes it crazy.
Oh yeah, and to add even to that, because that $1 million artifact that if some people do have the Clone X, like she's saying, if you did read the bylaws, that $1 million can exceed $1 million, but you guys have to come to an agreement. So if you guys have found a great project and or good item that you have branded for that Clone X, and it exceeds the $1 million commercial rights that you do have the right to contact them. And if you guys come to an agreement, those sales can exceed that. So like she says, there's so many ways that you can make money if you know how. You should be thinking about, if you have a Clone X, you should be thinking about it in a business aspect. I know
Yes.
you can think of it just as an avatar and identity, but it's so much more that you should be thinking about it with, as far as business wise.
Everybody having a job. Everybody going to work. When I get up, everybody better be at work. The same time I get up, they better be somewhere working and making some some daily residual money from somebody, wearing something or whatever they need to do. That is going to be crazy, crazy, crazy.
Crazy.
My brain just really went on a spiral on that one. That's really, and like I said, I've known it, but I just really to see it again. That's like everybody got a job. So find work for something. All right, let me move off of that because I will go on. That one could. That one was. Yeah, that was good. Man, remember, and reminder, a coup drop is going to be happening again this month. So make sure you're ready for the coup drop if you're buying the coup art pieces. Michael Johnson. I'm sorry. So make sure you're ready for that. But this helmet thing. Go ahead, Jessica.
I know you said this. Yeah, this is the Aku World. So the in Miami they did have the Art Basel, and so there was the experience that you did get to see the Aku World through this specific helmet. So for those that may have made it down to the Miami Basel, they may have got to be able to see this. And if you're not, hopefully maybe next year, or hopefully they'll come to California or something, or Las Vegas. Yeah. I was like, oh, I did see him come and do it. He is having an event out here, but that was like a $3,500 event. I forgot about that. Yeah, but this one here was in Miami, and so it's just showing you. He has a lot of deals that he has going on in the background with Visa and other things like that, and he's building out a metaverse, of course. And so this is just one of those experiences that they were trying to show you directly if you were able to attend this event. They did set it up at a venue out there in Miami, so some people were lucky enough to go ahead and view that. And some people, you might be only able to watch the video or see or some of the things that, like, I don't think they had a video of showing it how it looked through the actual VR system, anything, but you are able to go at least to the Twitter. And if you like to see maybe some of the things that they did have set up out there, you're able to go check those out. So I'm just showing you some of how the artists are actually even taking their digital art, creating spaces. Some people are also even still written out spaces to show digital art, and display it in certain places, just like a regular museum or a regular art studio would. So this is one of those examples of how they still are trying to, they can set up somewhere in your city and still have it that you can experience their world in another way, by doing stuff like this.
Another way for everybody to make money. Like I said, if you're going to have it's nothing wrong with having an event, but after the event, you want them to go to your metaverse land somewhere and buy some of your stuff off the wall from that you have up on display. So that's going to be interesting again. But Micah's still definitely doing some big things. So, like I said, that drop will be happening this month. So make sure you're checking out Nifty Gateway and putting that on your calendar for that particular drop from Micah Johnson. Okay. All right. The restaurant.
Yeah. And so, like I say, business wise, if whatever you do own, what you're in, what you're going to be in, what you're looking to do, there are certain people like Gary Vee who has a lot of different lines. Or he's an entrepreneur, has knows how to make money and knows the NFT space very well, is invested in the right projects. And so this is one of those where it's going to be its first NFT restaurant concept of its kind. It is going to be located in New York City. It tells you where it's slated to open or when it's slated to open. If you do live out there, there is a early access list. Now, this has been out for a while, so the early access list may already be over, but I haven't seen anything like that.
We're going to get in.
Huh?
We're going to get in.
Yeah, we ain't out there. We want one, though. We'll go visit. Book the tickets. So yeah, but in any avenue and every way that there's different ways that you can create an NFT for your restaurant and
Mhm.
do different stuff with it. And you can make exclusivities or just different stuff. So this is going to be out there. It is backed by or done by Gary Vee. It is going to be the first NFT restaurant concept. So it's definitely going to be one I'm going to be watching. Definitely been thinking about some stuff like this, and so he has the money to make sure if he wants to mess it up, then or if something can go wrong, he gonna make sure it's right. So I'm just gonna watch what he's doing right now.
You should just watch, just sit
Yeah,
back and watch, huh?
yeah. Take some pointers, watch. you know.
That's gonna be that, yeah. Another just but like I said, but being creative, trying to stay ahead of the curve, I think is important. No matter which business you're in, you have to, and if you're not trying to stay ahead of the curve on where technology is going, you're going to be sitting back looking, trying to figure out what you're going to do and how you're going to do it, and it's like too late because everybody else is already doing it. So this is going to be another interesting one. But yeah, hopefully we should get in on this one.
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I sign up. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, we did sign up. Animoca Brands, for them, I think they are just continuing to grow, with their money. And we keep telling you guys, whenever you see them that and their name is tied to anything, pay attention. Do research on them. See what the next thing that they're trying to do or what they're getting invested in. But they have gotten. I was looking at even some of the coins that they currently have. The tokens, and a lot of the tokens have from the point when they probably really got in. When you can say you get 5x over 2 months, all right, you got in at a very great time on some of these coins, and you know that tokens, and you know that these things are still going to continue to go up. As long as the crypto market makes everything, or the regular market continue to do what it's doing, it's this 5x could easily be 500x. It could happen that quick, with the way these people are investing in some of these tokens. So they're not only just doing some big things, but they're also investing in tokens, which also gives me an idea. Like, okay, well, not an idea, but it gives you some things like, oh, you invested in these. All right, make sure I got some of these too with you. So that's how I be reading them articles. Y'all better pay attention to what the people be saying. Be like, oh, y'all said that. Oh, you in that. Oh, you in that. Okay,
You
let me
follow the money. Yeah.
follow the money. Follow the money. If you follow the money, like I said, if you can get there when the money moving, and like, oh, we moving together. Y'all getting out. Oh, we getting out together. So,
Yeah.
but really, really interesting. Of how they're continuing to grow. So make sure you continue to pay attention to that. And this was them again. This was the other one, for 6.5 million. I was like, what? And when when I first looked at this article, this reminded me of like well, actually, it is Axie. It is Axie. So I'm not gonna say it reminded me, but it was just a different print of what Axie is still continuing to do. They're definitely still continuing to grow, still continue to make some big moves with what they're doing. But when you start seeing companies again paying $6.5 million to take over or to invest in a particular company, now that again it reminds me, okay, what is Rainmaker? What exactly are they trying to do? Someone, if Animoca Brands and all these other people have they've raised 6.5 million, what's going on over there? So don't just be reading these articles to be reading articles. Go a little deeper into some of the articles and do some digging as far as who that next company could be. That could be the next, whether it's the company, or if they have a token or whatever. You'll be in position to, when you hear about that token, be able to go ahead and invest in that particular company. Okay, so I thought that was an interesting $6.5 million. Good stuff.
Oh, yeah. And current price of the 888 inner circle. It has been fluctuating. Sometimes you are able to get about 1900, but it's usually now it's up right now to 2500.
Just it sounds like your mic or something messed up a little bit. You're back. You're good.
Oh yes, I was saying the 888. Some people have been able to. Well, some of us got in this about $1,900 or $2,200. It is now up to about 2,500, and even back before it was as high as let's say 3 or 4 ETH. So we did start to get in, noticing some of the stuff what's going on with the 888 brand, or with what was going on. Some stuff happened in Discord, and so for us, when the price did come down, knowing what the project has coming out or what it's expecting to do, we did go ahead and buy into the project. And so this is going to be a lifetime membership for those that don't know. You don't know exactly what you're going to be getting for the 888 New World. The artist is associated with it, but the platform is separate. But you are supposed to be able to get some type of early access to future drops that people are having on that 888 World, from Ferocious, Trevor Jones, Paris Hilton is on there, Blau, and many others are also on there. Artifact Studios themselves also. So for us, it was a calculated risk, knowing some of the people that are connected to that project, knowing what the project has proven that it can get. To us, it's right in the market. It goes up, it goes down. If we can buy it in the bottom and try and be secure at that spot, it's usually going to waver maybe a little bit lower than what you paid for it. But with the news that expected to come out next month, with the 888 New World actually launching, we're hoping that those definitely do go back up to the prices that they were, up to 3, 4, 5 or more ETH, since they are going to have a lifetime membership with those.
And I think it's important for the new people. We're looking at the chart here too. For obviously we're getting in down here. But I'm not saying it's not any money, but at the same time, if you're getting in down here, can it go down more? Yeah, it still can go down more. But at least for us, when we're looking at projects to invest in, when we're saying, okay, this is not a flip for us. So if you're thinking about trying to get in just to flip this might not be the project you're looking to do, because you see how this chart look. It could go like this for a little while longer. But for us, again, we thought it was a good project. We're like, this might be the opportune time to go ahead and get a couple of these. And then if they return back up to the 3, 4 ETH, then, you're still sitting very, very pretty. Okay. And so you've gotten in kind of at one of the lowest points of where it's been at. Okay. But pay attention to that. And then I think, because Jeff Staples, came up. Go ahead, just now. This is yours, because this is about talking about my needs.
Well, yeah, and some people should have got notifications today. There are different ways that you are able to get on the allow list. Some of those are going to be specifically if you purchase the Mirror NFT, if you do own some of the Staples artifact sneakers or other items that they do have for, in a specific Opensea account. There's also another way that you can win raffles. If you own the 888 Inner Circle, one of those items, you'll be able to enter into the raffle to be allowed on the allow list. And the allow list is going to guarantee you to allow the mint for the Stapleverse NFT that is coming out. We don't know specifically what it is yet, but knowing what Jeff Staples has proven to do with some of the other items that he definitely already has in the NFT space, and even just his brand and what he has done into the shoe space, for us, especially knowing where fashion is going to be in the digital space, we have definitely been following what the Stapleverse has been doing. And so some people may have gotten emails. Double check those emails.
Some people, huh?
I did get an email for buying all the.
Not all the people who are on here live got one. Let's just put it like that.
We did an opening, but it was a chance that you would be allowed on the list if you did purchase from the Stable Pigeon site. And they had announced that last month, and they even let it go run longer than that. So they did give 1,000 spots to people that did purchase from that site out today. So you hopefully may have gotten notified. If you did, I did get notified. I'm happy and excited about that. But also with this, with who they also have connected with in the partnerships, it's you definitely want to keep an eye out. And even when it's early things like this and products are coming out, it causes a lot of opportunity for you. If you're in the space, if you're creating NFTs, if you're creating art, a lot of these platforms or a lot of these companies have Discords, and they're looking for people to create art and stuff for them. So it creates a lot of space or a lot of opportunity in the space, even for artists. And so like even today, recently, my daughter, she submitted for the contest.
Hold on, let me say it. Right here. Don't play it. Go ahead.
You see Stapleverse retweeted it and put it on there. And so there's a lot of different ways that you can, even as an artist, I'm very proud. My daughter has been doing a lot of work behind the scenes, teaching herself with Cinema 4D. And so she's just staying focused. And when you see opportunities to come to put your work out there, and you do it. She did great. And so this is something that she did put out. And so as you see, the Stapleverse did actually retweet it, and she'll know if she won from the contest from what they did submit. Today was the cutoff to submit for that contest, but it's just so much different opportunity out there. And especially if you're an artist or something, look for stuff like that.
Yeah. So, and congratulations to my niece. I'm like, yeah, let's go, let's go. So, this is so. If you are on Twitter, please make sure you go in and like my niece's stuff, Girly Vibez. Make sure you come down here and do a like on it. Put a heart on there. Do something for us with that. We would greatly appreciate that. But yes, 16 years old and doing stuff, and like I said, this is how you get started. I think it's important, as far as when you're coming on. And she's been hard at it. Doesn't mean that everything comes easy as far as what she's been doing. She's been committed to, committed. When you can go on and teach yourself how to design this and how to do this by whether it's doing YouTube or learning this stuff on your own, that's powerful. That's really, really good. So if you have some kids who are out there trying to do some things, push them. I promise you, it takes some effort. It takes some encouraging at the same time. It even takes some sacrifice as far as you having to put money out and buying things. But we will continue to push her to keep doing what she's doing because it's just a matter of time. I keep telling everybody, like, we try to give you an opportunity to buy her stuff right now. So we've been posting it on the Facebook group. So we're trying to give you a hint. You better try to get you a couple of items. Because things are going to be changing real soon. But again, congratulations to my niece. So really, really happy about what she's doing with this and with the Stapleverse. Because like I said, Jeff Staple, when you start talking about some of the bigger people who've starting to acknowledge you, like Penelope with the cats, when he would acknowledge her for her work and stuff too, we're like, okay. She's moving on some things. She's doing some things, and so. But again, this is super exciting. Super exciting. I'm not going to take like 10 minutes, but I am going to shout my niece out.
That's right, baby.
For her sacrifices, I appreciate you. Keep working hard, my niece. Keep working, and keep grinding. You're doing an awesome job. So please remember, go down here, and if you're on Twitter, please go on and do some likes for us. We really would appreciate that. All right. And since we're talking about, congratulations to you too for winning the Jeff Staples thing. I'm really, and I'm gonna say this out to everybody too. Because a lot of time you guys are coming on here and you guys hear us talking, we go back and forth, Jessica puts in like a lot of effort as far as what's things that even previously, a lot of us have gotten into. Jessica has found a lot of those things. And so want to tell you, thank you. We really appreciate what you do too. So
thank you.
But yeah, good stuff. So, but congratulations on getting accepted. Because I know my email's coming too. So
it's coming.
It's just a little slow getting here.
It's there. It's in the wrong folder.
It's in the wrong folder. No,
Oh yeah. This is when we're going to talk about a little bit with the Animoca Brands, just to touch on it. You can see that the Binance Smart Chain and Animoca Brands has set up a $200 million investment program for blockchain gaming and projects. And so a lot of people are doing a lot of stuff on Ethereum, but a lot of people also have been doing Binance Smart Chain. So if you see Animoca Brand has put more money in the development for games for the Binance Smart Chain, when those games start coming out, pay attention, start grabbing those games up. It's really cool to find different blockchains that are coming out. So more 200 million ain't no little money.
I was going to say that. Like, they invested 200. Now, okay, let's talk about it. You don't just like invest like $200 million for something that you think that won't be around. Mm-hmm. So pay attention. Mm-hmm. It's money. To them, it's like okay, we put 200 million into that project. Oh, 200 million. It kind of caught my attention. That might be money to some people, but I'm like 200 million is really, really good. But again, it also encouraged me to let us know we're on the right direction. We're heading in the right direction by investing in a lot of the stuff we're doing. Whether it was a sandbox game, the sandbox land, and all of those things that are related to sandbox. Or even some of the games that we've invested in early on. So whether we bought the Splinterland lands for that was $20 a pop, those things add up. And when you see money continues to come into that space, it says that there's some things that's still going to be happening, and we're still very, very early on that. Okay.
No, even to add to that a little bit, because I think a lot of people are uneducated about even in the space. Because even yesterday, there was a Ubisoft had announced with their Ghost Recon that they were kind of coming out with NFTs, and they had to take a video down today because how many dislikes that they did have and how the community responded. But I think if that community actually was paying attention, they're basically saying that they don't want ownership. They're basically saying that they don't want money, and so it's really the developers that you're going to be taking the money from, and it's going to be going to the people. So don't just see something that is negative and go with it. Ubisoft going and allowing those NFTs is going to give that back to the people. It's going to give you ownership. It's going to give you money. It's going to give you more to you. So a lot of people that went and slammed them yesterday with that response, that just means they're not educated to the space of knowing. It's proven that play to earn works. It rewards you. It creates a living for certain people. Even if you look at Axie Infinity, certain people in they are making livings, feeding their families for this. So don't get discouraged, or just because someone doesn't understand some of this stuff, it turns you off. Continue to do your education on your part, and money isn't just going into things like this for no reason.
Yep. I totally agree. Totally agree. Good point. Very good point. Okay, Nifty Gateway. I know we buy a lot of art on there, and I think as we keep talking about it, a lot of these companies that are looking at what money OpenSea is doing, and they're trying to figure out how to capitalize or how to bring those people to their sites or platforms to get some of that money. But I think it's a benefit, like you said, as far as Nifty Gateway still trying to cut the gas fees down. Once everything is connected and all those different things. So be on the lookout of what Nifty Gateway, because remember when we first started, just all they did was it was just their art. That's all you can buy on their site. Now it's like all these different drops are coming. Not just art, but all these different drops are coming to their sites. It's called money.
They see what OpenSea did, and they're trying to tap into it. So it has not been said yet. I don't know how they're gonna. Let's hold on. I don't know how they're gonna hold the money. I don't know if they're gonna make you cash out through Gemini. So is stuff that definitely, when it does happen, that you want to pay attention to, because I don't know how you want to receive your funds, but it's letting you know. It's also giving you more opportunity to make those transactions and without that high fee. So there are going to be definitely positive sides to it, but it is going to matter how they're going to allow you to also get that form of payment if it has to go through Gemini or your bank. So those are all things that you decide for yourself, but it's just like you said, they're trying to tap into the same money that OpenSea has with things.
They smart. They not broke people. There you go. they smart. Here go our Clone X. They keep giving us these tips of all these DNA traits and stuff. And I'm like, oh, can I just have just a moment? These are people that's going to be going to work every day, people. That if you're on the call, these are people that's going to be working in my wallet. They're going to have a job.
That's right. They're coming out with a job.
They're coming out with a job. Straight out the gate. Like, where are you going to work at? Oh, you going to work there? No, but their stuff is so different, so good. Some of their stuff is just yeah, you need a job. You need a job. You need a job.
And look at it as even every aspect of the clothing that are on there. So yeah, every clothing is to a brand. So it's pretty cool about everything that you're getting, and like you're saying, graphically, and even if it's not current, like, because a lot of people work with Unreal Engine, and the better technology gets, the better you'll be able to display these items because they're able to render mobilely and remotely. So it's a whole nother level. You might have to get upgraded to an Unreal Engine looking like one at some point, but at least we have. They do allow you to upgrade as technology goes. You will be advancing with these, and everyone comes with $1 million. So it's like, if you have one of these, please start thinking of a business idea. Don't just think of it. It is part of identity, but it's going to allow you to be able to tap into some real money. So
it is. It really is. So, and we won't talk about them all day because y'all know we will get hung up on them. So let's keep moving.
Oh
The
yeah,
excitement.
introducing the Dustland cycle, the world's first cycle for reward game. It's showing you every different aspect, even with blockchain, the tokens that you can buy, the coins, and even the metaverse of how they're trying to create. Some people have the Oculus, and you're able to play, workout games with those, and those are really good and exciting because you're moving in different ways and that you didn't even really think that you were going to be moving in. And so this is going to be one for cyclists. You're going to be rewarded for your cycling. It did say also different aspects of indoor, outdoor, and not just only for cycling is what they want to build out to. But if you are someone that definitely is into health, fitness, or looking like to be riding bikes, there are definitely other ways that you can be rewarded in crypto for doing some of those things. And so just paying attention to some of the opportunity that are going to be coming out, especially for like this one now is fitness. We've showed you guys different ones in fashion and other areas, and knowing, just seeing this one now, the bike. I don't know if the bike it probably has to be a specific bike. You see places like Pendleton are going into different areas of gaming to be able to keep their business afloat. And so now this is going to be probably one of those same things. You may have to purchase a specific bike because he looked like he in a full suit. I'm gonna tell you right
full suit.
now.
Wait a minute, because I started working out with the Oculus, and man, I'm in this boxing game. I'm trying to box. And Massey tell me today, she was like, Mom, do you ever look to the side for the people? I'm like, I can't look to the side of the people. The balls are swimming at me. I'm trying to box, trying to keep my eye. I'm like, oh, but it's funny because, like I said, you can literally be in there and it really feels like you're actually there at a gym working out. But I was like, only time I look to the side is like when it's like the clock is over and I'm looking, I'm like, oh man, but
it's funny.
Go ahead.
Because Kia been wanting one for Christmas. I want to get it earlier now. I went to so we buying two. I went to Isis house this weekend. It was one where you was shooting and you was on a track, amusement track, and I was just wee. I mean, it was one of the most funnest experience that I've actually had, and so. Some of the headsets are coming out with like 5K resolution. Some of those games have to be built into them, but with all the research I'm doing, just knowing how visual, like 5K resolution. Now, when you're thinking about going in and looking at a museum or thinking about you're going to be in school, at that resolution, you don't even realize how immersed you feel. Like you feel there.
Yeah.
So it's really cool. If you haven't tried something out like that out and you're really wanting to get into things with the metaverse, it's really important that you probably try something like that out to get the full grasp of what they are saying when you're going to immerse yourself. It's not like a negative thing. Of course, with anything negative can come, but it's a really great experience, and that's really truly what it's about. So
I know my husband, when George was on, he was on the roller coaster ride in that Oculus. But when you be on the ride, you had to just sit down because you really feel like you're on the ride. You like just sit down and you're like I gotta get out this thing. But seriously, like when we were talking about even earlier, like when we were doing the workout on the boxing, it was like, man, we can get a code to where you can get a group of people in there. And we still I was like, okay, maybe you, me, Zia, all of us, we can all come in here and do this boxing thing together. I was like, I ain't gonna have time to look at y'all, but I'm gonna laugh at the end. I know my name gonna be at the top of the screen, but anyway, that's a whole other subject. KO. But things are definitely changing, in this space as far as even with the Oculus. But for me, the one other reason why I kind of was starting to play with this Oculus thing too was also trying to figure out how things can relate to, whether it's my land that I own, of what kind of games can you create that will be fun. Just getting ideas. So I'm not just in the Oculus, but I'm working out in the Oculus, but also trying to get game ideas while I'm in the Oculus to make some more money with the avatar people who are going to go to work every day. So that's good. So I think we covered this on the Gary V thing about just making sure if they on the Gary V, if they have not gone to VV Friends to connect their wallet, if you ordered the books and stuff, make sure you've done that to connect your wallet so that you can get the stuff that's okay. Oh, Roham.
Oh yeah, their article came out about Roham. Some of you guys don't know that is going to be CryptoKitties, Dapper Labs, Flow behind all of those things. This guy, so this is one of the articles they have for the most influential people. He is definitely named as that person. He has done a lot of things in the background, specifically even with crypto kitties and so forth. So he's definitely come through different markets in this. So and he definitely understands what he is doing. And so a lot of he built Flow out and he built it and they came. And so a lot of people are there building out on Flow also because it's going to be easier for the mainstream adoption for people over there somewhat. It is still figuring out some stuff. And so some people may be having some issues with putting Flow over there or using FUSD. And so once that is all figured out, because it's remember you're so early, but there's a lot of things happening on the Flow and the Roham. It's a great article that you can go ahead and check out, and it's going to go over a lot of the history that he has behind him, some of the things and projects that he's worked in. So this is just one of the people that definitely keep an eye on if they're doing something in the space. Not to say every project you should go buy on Flow, because he doesn't do every project on Flow, but people do go over there and start their projects, and that is an early blockchain. So if you do want to take advantage of looking at that, some of those drops or some of that, you can do that. But this is one of those great articles for you to get a little insight of that person at Roham.
Good stuff. Good. Superworld. Just remember, as in regards to Superworld, some of you guys might have bought some of the land on Superworld. I have started getting offers. Somebody actually sent me an offer for my Staples Center. I was like, I'm not selling. It's now crypto.com. I'm not selling.
Nobody's. I don't even go over there. You get all they send them to you.
You get email. I got an email. I'm like, I'm good. Not right now. But maybe I'll
Golden State Warrior Stadium with me and my bro. I ain't gonna say just me because as I'm saying, you can be invest with partners or you can be in it, but some of those plots are only one plot, and so it may have taken 10 plots for you to get one specific area, but you put it on lock. So and depending on the spot and the popularity of what may be happening on that place, it's a lot of money that could go. But as you can see, they were just he represented Super World at this event. You can see some of the people that he did meet that I'm not sure what they even spoke about at the event. I'm going to look at it. They did have a recording, but it's just showing you some of the people that he's mingling along with. Harash is in the space, been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes. He's an entrepreneur, opened up a lot of things, raised a lot of money. So he has his whole background. I'm sure if you have watched anything on him, you'll be able to find out his whole story. But Superworld app definitely invested in. Can't wait to see how the revenue is generated with different brands building on the properties that you may own in there.
Yeah. So good stuff. Good. All right, we're almost done here. Let's see what. Oh, this was a palm. Another $27 million raised. I was like, Microsoft. What Microsoft? Like you mean like the Microsoft? No. But another $27 million raised. And like I said, we don't just keep trying to show you this stuff, but it just to give you encouragement to let you know you're doing some of the right things when you're considering getting involved in the NFT space. Again, it's not a little bit of money that's coming in on some of these projects. They're literally putting money in because they see that there's a lot of money that can be made. And when you see people coming in because there's a lot of money to be made, you might as well try to get some of the money with them. I'm just saying, it makes sense to me. So it makes sense to me. Okay, so that just want to share that that with you. And then we had the doggone, what was it actually? Oh, it was a rare CryptoPunk. I think that was one I wanted to cover. The one that's over, there it is, for 10.2 million. But maybe
10.2.
But this is a scam. $10.2 million for a CryptoPunk. For a CryptoPunk, $10.2 million. That's mind blowing, but it's where it's going because of the rarity because of what everybody likes. But that's a big sale right there. So, but again, just not to say that you just say, "Oh wow, look at it." Look, it wasn't us on this one. It wasn't us. So it's not like we're reporting that we made. No, we did not do this one. But again, some of these things that are that are happening within the space, just showing you the possibilities of where things could be going. Remember, these were free. These were free for people who minted these at the very beginning when these things first started. These were a free item. And then remember, we had the last thing. We could have bought one.
For about 20, 25.
It was less than that. There was that. Remember the auction thing that Pransky had?
He's still sick.
I'm
I didn't miss out on so many things. I don't even care about that.
That one,
It
it was a
is
raffle thing. It was a
listen.
raffle thing that Pransky was doing, and that was when we was buying the boxes. I'm gonna have a relapse real quick, so y'all gotta just stay with my moment with me for a second.
Man.
But we didn't buy it. But you know what? There's a lot of other things that you didn't buy that you wish you had bought. But you did buy some things, and you're like grateful that you bought some of the things that you did buy.
Yes.
But this one,
She's having a rocking moment and everything. I was just like, look at my thing moving. I was what happened?
but congratulations to whoever sold this one, because that was a good sale for you. Very, very beautiful sale for you. Okay, all right, Jessica, I had to, but this is a great moment. It was $10.2 million that someone made, so we're not going to end on a sad note at all. So congrats to whoever that was that sold that particular item. Good come up on that one. All right, here we go. All right, last thing here. I got messages here. Oh, Jessica, this was the Jeff Staples. So we talked about.
Yes, we did cover it, and as you can see, the instructions. If you did get a message, make sure you follow those instructions at the bottom to make sure you go ahead and connect your wallet and sign up with your email. So there are some specific instructions. If you do get this email, don't just think you don't have to do anything. Just follow the instructions at the bottom.
Yep. Okay, and then last but not least, let me if I can get this thing to come over here. Just remember, where is it at? If you have not signed up for our land intensive class that we have coming up, that will be starting next Monday. We will be ready next Monday to share with you all, some of the land stuff. Please make sure you get a chance to sign up. Remember, we shared this with you the last time. Someone, like I said, it's not to say it's not to say everybody does this every single day. Not saying that at all, but literally they had invested $5,000. 5 days later, sell it for $20,000. Does that happen every day? No. But if you know how to do your research and you can find some of the good pieces of land that are still available, and I'm not going to say that everything on Sandbox is cheap, because everything on Sandbox right now has jumped up, and I'm very grateful that it has jumped up. But at the same time, there are still other opportunities within the land space to where you don't have to come in and try to spend $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, because literally in the Sandbox, you can literally come over here to the Sandbox to buy land that's over $150,000. Okay, but again, getting in early pays off, because if you get in early, or got in even last year when we got in on some of these things, you only paid technically some of them $2,000. Okay, but today they're worth over $150,000. Okay, but again, there's still a lot of opportunities for a lot of the land games that are coming up. Does it mean that they come in, you can flip them instantly? No, it doesn't mean that. But it means that if you come in and get into some of the projects and either decide to hold on or keep them as an investment, they can potentially turn into something that could be much bigger. I'm not going to sit here and say, well, oh, everyone you're going to get into them turn into $150,000. Not going to sit here and say that to you at all. But there is definitely some very good upside when you're talking about trying to get into the virtual land within the metaverse. Everybody within the metaverse. So, but Jessica, I don't know if you have anything else that I might have missed.
I know you covered everything. I hope to see some people next week. I know we do have people already signed up, but I hope you guys take advantage of it. 2022 is going to be huge for metaverse and the land and technology, everything that's coming in. So hopefully it can start you and set you up with a good foundation to be able to take advantage of next year and some of the new things that will be coming out.
Yep. Okay. All righty. Once again, if you have any friends or family, please continue to send them to whatsnfts.com. Please also find us, on our YouTube channels, and then also even on Twitter. I was like, on what's the other site? On Twitter. We also have a Twitter site. So again, thank you all so much for spending this evening with us. We really appreciate that. Hopefully you're continuing to get some value out of what we're putting and giving to you all. So thank you all again. You guys have a blessed evening, and we will see you all next Tuesday.
Have a great one.